Hey everyone, Eric here. I'm going to do a review of the Donner DP2. Just bought it off the internet, like you do. And let's open it up and see what she's got. Okay everyone, so the Donner DP02 claims to have 10 here isolated channels. 6 that are for 100 milliamp 9 volt, 2 here that are for 500, and you have a 12 and an 18. From all the reviews that I've read online, it's shared that really what this is that each of these channels are regulated. They're not isolated power channels like you would get in a Voodoo Lab pedal, like a Pedal Power 2 or Pedal Power, but instead that these are regulated for these voltage, which is why that it's considerably cheaper than the $200 and $250 other options. It comes with 10 cables here, 10 patch cables, 2 little alternative cables here, including an extension, the actual brick supply itself, and then as well as the power unit and a manual. Overall, the brick itself, pretty strong construction. It doesn't feel super cheap, but I'm happy with it so far. Has a light switch here for these blue LED lights that come across the front. Plenty of space here for my pedals, and seems pretty straightforward. So let's get this thing mounted. Okay, so I got my board here flipped over, and usually when you're using a different power supply, like in the Voodoo Labs or anything, you will get like a Voodoo Lab brackets that come with this. I bought this pedal board used, and you can see someone already drilled some pilot holes here. The issue with the Donner 2 is that there's no real pilot holes drilled into the unit itself. And so we're going to try a different tactic here. I've seen someone use online things like zip ties to get this to sit down, which could work well if you use black. Since it's black on black, it'd be cleaner. But I have some leftover Velcro from the backs of pedals with the loops. And so we're going to use one of these hard surfaces here, either this side or this side. And we're going to mount this power supply just underneath here. The only other issue that I see as complicated is that normally on a power supply, you got the DC coming out the back, which would fit nicely in one of these holes. It's not the case here. It's actually directly up front. And so I'm going to slide it just to the right of that hole and then loop this back out and through. And then maybe mount it across this way or maybe even this way. I haven't really decided yet, but next step. Okay everyone, so I took my excess strip here and measured against the back. As you can see, it's a bit wide for what I need. So I cut it into strips here, just kind of measuring, leaving some space on the ends, and then giving it some room so it's nice and clean. And what I can do with the excess strip that I have here is I can add it to the bottom along this ledge here, just to kind of add some little extra support. So I'm going to apply the Velcro and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I took my soft felt piece here and I used my initial cut as a guide. And then I took those 2 pieces that I originally cut and I put one on this end and one on this ledge, and luckily it was perfect just to fit on the back sides of this. And then here on the back of the pedal, I've added the big piece and then the small piece so that this will fit nice and snug. Let's go ahead and do that. Get that nice and seated in there. As you can tell, it's pretty sturdy, not really going anywhere. I mean, I can obviously pull on it, but it takes a good amount of force to get it off, stronger than any pedal or anything like that. Getting it upside down, shaking the hell out of it, banging it, it's not coming off. So, kind of a good look. I could maybe add something here, or I'll cover this with the pedals. You won't really see it. So yeah, let's get the pedals on here and then we will see how she runs. Okay, so I'll be setting up 5 pedals today, and they're all 9 volt, 4 of them, and the last one that I have is the Boss DD20 Giga Delay, which is a 9 volt, but it seems to take a lot of juice. I've even had some power loss in my tuner routing before it, so I'm gonna put that one here in the 500 milliamp 9 volt, just to give it a little extra and see if that takes care of the problem. So let's get these pedals on. Alright everyone,
I've got the board hooked up here. I'm running direct from my Telecaster here into the Steve Vai wall, going into the tuner, to the noise suppressor, down to the East River Drive, to the Giga Delay, into my Hot Rod Deluxe. And sounds pretty good. Everything works just fine. Giga Delay's on. Put on the tuner. No troubles there. Well, that completes the review of the Donner D2. Thanks everyone for checking out the video. You can find it on Amazon for just under $50. There's a few other alternatives that are around that price range, so be sure to do your homework and check out my channel for more videos. Thanks.